Yo guys, welcome back to another SFTV video. That's right, you heard it. SFTV are back. The Blue Lion, Ayaz Gaming, IJHTVD. We reunite on a day where we are going to be talking about Lampard. And guys, just before we even start, we just want to say we're sorry. Uni and stuff like that have kept us away. Like it's been busy, these lockdowns and stuff like that. It's been a tough year, but we're gonna start off 2021 hopefully with some positives, getting this channel back, reuniting everyone. Happy to have you back, Rash. Happy to have you back, Ayaz. I know they're happy to be back. And
Yep.
yeah, let's get started. So today's video will be about Lampard. Will Lampard get top four with Chelsea this season? And is Lampard's time up as a manager? So I'll get started with Rash. What do you say about that?
I think his time at Chelsea is up, but should he be sacked? No, because we can sack him, and fair enough. Yeah, I have like a lot of problems with him, especially this guy is clueless. He's ruined Werner, he's ruined Havertz, he's turned Havertz into I don't know. Havertz plays into Joe Allen now. It's like his plays plays so rubbish. This m- this manager has clearly had an impact on all these players, and if even the keeper as well, Mendy's looking rubbish now. And if you look at Kepa as well, Kepa before Lampard joined, yeah, was actually a sick goalie.
When did Mendy
Hmm.
look good in the first place?
Well,
No,
what do you mean? In
no,
his first few
no.
games,
Yeah, he was good. I don't know how he turned
I
shit out
didn't. I
now,
don't
though.
think he
That's
was
right.
ever good. I'll be honest.
he was good. He made
What
a
the?
he kept how many clean sheets?
The
What
only
the?
reason he was signed is because Kepa was genuinely dog shit.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
Yeah.
don't think Kepa was a problem. I think it's Lampard because Kepa under Sarri, yeah, he was sick. He was he came third for the goalkeeper of the year trophy. Which Alisson won. He
nobody
can't be.
cares about those stats. Let's
Yeah,
be
Arsenal
honest.
fans do. They care about
Nah,
bloody pre-assists and stuff like that.
but
I don't
we
understand
only
how.
we only talk about the big stats like golden boot. Yeah, because that's actually important. That shows how
Golden Boot.
many
And
that shows
what's
how many
happened with your
goals your
Golden Boot
strikers
winner
score
so
on a
far?
regular
What's happened with
basis.
your Golden Boot winner so far? He's
Mate,
doing
we
dead,
still got more than half the season left. Give us time. We still got more than half the season left.
and he's not even gonna come close. He's not even gonna get 10 goals. Let's be honest.
I
He's not
don't
Listen,
know
even
the
why
gonna
you're
get
top
talking
10
about
goals.
Golden
scorer,
Boot.
the top scorer
Hmm.
is only on 13 goals right now. Yeah, your guy that you signed to rely on goals, that you rely on goals for, Werner. He's
And
not really
Havertz.
doing much, is
Hmm.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm worried about that because we've got Tammy Abraham. He's got 10 goals this season. We've got Giroud. He's got 9, I think, this season. So I'm not worried. Whereas you guys, you should be because Lacazette is a bit on and off.
Listen, this video isn't about Arsenal. Yeah,
Yeah, episode
we done that
one.
on my channel. That's why we're here talking
Yeah.
about Lampard. If you haven't seen that, that will be in the description below. But
Hmm.
Lampard, I've said this since he joined Chelsea. He ain't good enough to be a Chelsea
You
manager.
say a lot of things. I
But
still
listen,
think it's
no,
good enough.
but it's the same thing with Arteta. I said it's about my own manager. Arteta had no managerial experience. Yeah, that's totally different. Lampard has had experience, but
One
what
year
you
at Derby, Arteta has had Arteta worked under the world's greatest manager. He
he
does
did,
have
but he
experience.
didn't really
Who did
Pep.
Lampard learn off from?
Yeah, but Pep
Harry
was the
Redknapp.
one. Pep was the one putting the team out every week. It wasn't Arteta.
But he
Pep,
learned from he was there
he
gaining work
learned from
experience,
that,
gaining
but
knowledge. But who did Lampard learn from?
that's true.
Hmm.
But he's got the
Then he
experience.
has
Like he can
experience.
learn off
Yeah.
his mistakes.
He only
Arsenal,
had 1 year of
Arteta,
experience.
Arteta was coming in already into a transitional period. We were trying to make signings, trying to
So
get
was
the
Lampard.
players that we need. That's true, but Lampard
He had a
had the
transfer
money.
ban as well
He
first
had the
season.
money. He spent over 150 million. He bought in
I think
Ziyech,
the money
Havertz, Werner,
actually. I think the
Didn't
money
Lampard spend more
actually
than 250 million? Yeah.
something like that.
Lampard
Yeah,
spent a lot of money. Yeah,
not
he
two
spent a
hundred
lot of
million,
money
but
for.
I think the money actually has been bad for Lampard. Because I think if we never bought some players we didn't need to buy. As much as I like Havertz, as much as I think he's good, yeah.
yeah,
Why
you
did we
didn't need
sign
him.
him?
Yeah, I'll be
Why
honest.
did we sign him even? Where we gonna play Mason Mount and Havertz? It makes no sense. I don't understand why we
Exactly.
signed. Why did we sign Werner if Tammy Abraham and Giroud are gonna keep scoring?
No, I
We
think
Exactly.
needed.
Werner. I think Werner was a good signing because he's more long
Yeah, I
term.
think it was.
Giroud is
He.
probably going to be gone soon. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He won't last long. Tammy Abraham's young. They can do rotation because every team needs two good strikers, which Chelsea have. We'll give it to them. They
Yeah.
have it, but
We
they're
got
not.
Batshuayi as well, who we loaned out.
They
Yeah,
have them,
but
but they're
they
not.
have them, but
They're
they're
not
not being
performing.
used properly. That's the problem. Like
Exactly.
Werner, how many times has Werner been put on the wing? He's been put left. He's been put right.
Hmm.
He's played more out of position than he has in position.
Again,
And he
that's
played
Lampard's
strike
fault.
last match.
I
He
know
played
that's
striker
Lampard's
last
fault.
match. That's
That's why
fair.
this whole argument is
To be
based
fair,
on if Lampard's good enough, which personally I
yeah.
don't think he
Hmm.
is.
Exactly.
but the thing is, he was never good enough. He was never good enough to be at Chelsea in the first place. He came in here, and that's the situation we're in. It's not like we can just opt out because
Nah.
we didn't. If that was the case, like he was never good enough. Like when we first gave him the job, he wasn't good enough. The
Nah,
same
you
goes.
can't be saying that. You can't be
Yeah, he
saying
was never
that.
good
I'm
enough.
going to hear
How
you. I'm
could he
going
go
to
from
hear
Derby to manage Chelsea? How
But
could
he
he go
proved
from
himself
Derby
at
to
Derby.
manage
He
Chelsea?
almost got them promoted to the Premier League. They lost
Yeah, but he
on.
didn't get them promoted. Like he still needs to do a lot more. Like to become Chelsea manager, you need to win titles. You need to be. We're not a small club like Arsenal.
No.
We need to like have
Mm.
credentials. They need to have
We've
credentials. They
had
need to have
these
experience.
arguments enough times. I'm not even going to entertain that
Yeah,
Exactly.
you
comment.
got Unai Emery. Like, come on, the
I
guy
don't
flopped at
understand how you
PSG.
could
How
call
can he
us a
flop at
small club when you
PSG?
literally lost to us last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So by that logic, Southampton are a bigger club than Liverpool because they beat them. Okay,
It's not about that. It's just that you know that Arsenal are not a small club. We're the only team.
you are run like a
We're the
small
only
club.
team in Premier League history that's done an Invincibles.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. You're
We've
run
got
like
the
a small
most
club.
FA Cups. You can't
Most
say
FA Cups.
Okay.
Nobody cares about it. That just proves you're a smaller
it
club if you're
don't
bringing up
matter.
FA
That's
Cups.
not that doesn't matter. The FA Cup,
FA Cup, nobody cares about it.
whatever you
Club plays
say,
is only under sevens.
The FA Cup is one of the best trophies in English
Is that
football.
why club plays is under sevens against like
Okay,
FA Cup?
Exactly.
The FA Cup.
okay.
You
Is that
can't be saying that.
can't be a big trophy if like most
Yeah,
managers don't
this
see it as
video
that.
is not.
Okay, this video is for Chelsea, not
Reverting
Arsenal.
Yeah.
to Arsenal because obviously you guys are obsessed. It's just an agenda that people have in the Premier League this
United are winning
season.
the league. We're not
The thing
part of
is,
this club.
I'll see
yeah.
Brighton fans comparing themselves to Arsenal. That's how
Okay,
big the
relax, man,
agenda is
relax.
for Arsenal. But
Let's go back to
we
Chelsea.
carry on talking about Chelsea, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
With the money that you guys have spent, Arteta shouldn't be in the
250 million.
predicament that he's in. Because if you look at it from a bigger perspective, yeah, Arsenal have got 8 losses this season. This is not about Arsenal, this is just in general, yeah.
Yeah.
Arsenal have got 8 losses this season, right? And people are bantering them. But then you look at Chelsea, and you've got what, 5 losses this season, I think? But you've got
Yeah.
7 draws on top of that, which puts you only 3 points in front of us. So people are talking about Arsenal not living up to their players' worth, like Aubameyang, like Lacazette, like all these players. But Chelsea have spent over 250 million now, only 3 points in front of us at this point of the season, having lost to us as well.
Yeah. But the point I was trying to make was that I think the money has been a problem itself. Like Havertz and stuff like that, we didn't need them. Like that caused more problems for the squads than like it's not as easy as, oh, you spend this much money, you should be doing this good. First of all, it takes time for these players to like get into the team and adapt. And it takes longer if you're not playing. And there was zero preseason. Like tell me how many signings this season have done good. Name me like name me 5 signings that have done good this season. If
For
you look at
years.
Thiago, he's done
You want me to be
rubbish.
brutally honest? Gabriel Magalhaes, Arsenal centre back.
He's been dead last few
You know,
games.
You
Be
can't
yeah,
honest.
say he's
Be
been
honest.
dead.
He
You
started
can't
off
say
good.
how has he
I'm
been
not saying
dead?
it's a bad sign. I'm not saying it's a bad sign. But I'm saying
Yeah,
like how many.
But his
Plus,
health
was
he's a
has
average.
centre back as
massively.
well. Plus,
If
he's a
we didn't
defender.
have him,
average,
Let's talk about.
average.
He's been average. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's look
But
at attackers
listen.
especially and
If we
Okay, no,
midfielders.
didn't,
no.
okay, cool.
So many big
Okay,
signings have
cool.
flopped.
I'll take one game in particular. Yeah, Thomas Partey against Manchester United. He done everything that we needed him to do. He done
Yeah,
everything. He done
he
what we
got
signed him
injured.
for. He done what we signed him for.
Yeah, that was just one
In one
game though.
game, he did what he
Yeah, but
did.
then he
What
got
he
One game
could.
injured.
you
He got
signed
You
him.
injured,
can't lie.
but
He's
we
still
haven't
been a
seen him.
flop. He's still been a flop because he's been injured. You
Yeah.
know why he's been
Nah,
injured? It's because of this season's
you
crazy.
can't.
Like
You
We
can't
every
can't we
say
can't
being
really
injured
rate
is a flop. You
Partey
can't
yet.
say that.
Yeah, we can't really
But
rate
he's
him
been a
yet.
flop so far. How much money did you spend on him? It's not. I'm not saying it's his fault
We
that he's
spent
flop.
45 million on him
They
in the
spent all they
game
have left on
that
him.
we bought him in for. That he started against
Thiago's
United.
a flop. Thiago's a flop. Even
He's
though I
been
still
injured
think
as
he's a
well.
good
See, this is
player.
what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
this is the
yeah,
levels
he
that
just
you're
got injured
going
as
to.
well and he just came back.
I see
But
what you're saying
mm,
about.
Chilwell was good. Can't lie,
Yeah,
Chilwell
Chilwell.
was
Yeah,
a
He's
good
been your
I'm
signing.
best
saying,
signing.
but what I'm
He's been
saying,
your
like
best
with
signing.
most attacking signings and midfield signings, they've either been injured or been a flop.
Mm.
Van der Beek, Varane has been good. I'm not gonna lie, but
Van der
Van der
most
Beek
Beek's not
doesn't
definitely
been a
been a
play.
flop.
flop. It's just that he doesn't play.
He
Yeah,
just doesn't
it's
play. He
just
doesn't
simple as
play.
that. But listen,
Yeah,
I
but
don't.
that's what I'm saying. Like he's still a good player. I'm not saying that you have to
Exactly.
play
But
rubbish to be a flop. You just have to like make a difference. Like
Yeah, I
mm,
see
at
what
the end
you.
of the day, these players aren't making a difference, so they're a flop.
I see what you're saying about you can't define how much a club spend on a manager being able to do something in the Prem. But Man United got this criticism for so many years. They spent how much? Over 600 million, and they got criticised for not even challenging for the title. So it would be
Yeah, but
unfair
the
not
season
to.
was different. Then
It would
this
be
season,
unfair
the
not to
season like no
criticise
other.
Chelsea for the same reason.
But this season is different compared to those seasons. And the thing about Man United, yeah, I've always said that Ole's a better manager than Lampard on
But you
Arteta.
actually never. I'm being honest. You're only saying this now because you're in a
He
shit
beats
state.
around the bush. He
Wait,
beats
I
around the
haven't
bush.
finished.
Yeah.
You
You
can
know
look
why
at
he's better
previous
than...
videos. You can look at previous videos.
Okay,
You
okay.
even thought United are gonna finish below Chelsea.
Hey,
But
you
looking
will,
at where
you will still. I'm not
oh
lying.
my god.
Because we have a squad I like Hughes.
Stop
And
this.
I
You have a
don't
squad, but
understand
look
why
how
people...
you have a squad. We have a squad, but you got a shit squad compared to us.
We've got a good squad. We just got a dead
No,
manager.
your team is shit. Look at
Secondly,
Werner. He can't even play in his natural
he'll turn
position.
it around. I know
He
he'll
played
turn
in
it
his
around.
natural
He'll
position
turn around.
yesterday. Was it 2 days ago? Whatever. And he still couldn't score a
He got
goal.
no service. Like, he'll
Let's
turn
talk about
around.
his
He's still got...
corner. Let's talk about his corner. What is he
That was
doing?
just unfortunate.
I don't know how
That
you
corner
re-assist
was
that corner.
ridiculous. How can a man?
Exactly.
He's still
How
past it.
can
He's
a
still past
man
it.
How
kick
can
the
a professional
post?
footballer do that?
Yeah, that's and
I mean,
Wow.
your
he
club
hurt himself.
employs
He hurt himself.
Anthony Martial. Your club
Yeah.
employs
And
Aubameyang.
who's on
We've all
form?
been flopped. We've
Martial
all been
is on
flopped.
form. Martial is
Aubameyang
on
has been
Martial's
a
on form.
flop. Hang on a minute.
This
In his
season,
first full
this
Aubameyang.
season of the Premier
this
League,
season.
he won the
I
Golden
don't
Boot.
care about what he did before.
How
This
can you
season
call
is
him a flop? That's ridiculous. Now that's
this season is a flop. This season is a
No,
flop.
Aubameyang is a flop this season. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
This
exactly. I'm saying Martial was a flop this
the
season. I don't care
But
what
season
he
now
did
is
he's on
once.
not
form.
over,
Now he's on
boys and
form.
girls. The season is not over.
Yeah, the season's not over, but United are winning the season.
Oh,
It's
halfway
over for
through.
us. It's over for you,
Uh,
but for us, we're celebrating because this is our season. But for
no,
Chelsea
no, no,
fans,
no.
they are
What?
depressed.
You know how many messages I've starred of
Bro, I'm telling you now,
you don't understand how many
Arsenal
messages
at
I've
this state,
starred.
Arsenal are finishing above Chelsea.
Oh, just no, no, no. Okay, but
Lampard,
that's just
Lampard.
ridiculous. We finished above both of you guys, and I know that for sure. But we're not even that far off. Like, even if the game is hard, we can still turn around.
No, you won't.
Uh,
Let's be honest, you won't.
I'll be honest here. This video was about Lampard, and we've not
yeah.
really,
Exactly.
we've not
This guy's
spoken
been
about
coming
him
at
properly
us.
once. You've spoken
He's
more about
coming at us.
Arsenal and United and Arteta
Yeah.
and Ole.
All I want to say about Lampard was that, it got to do with Oli as well. Like everybody says that Oli is a better manager than Lampard.
Mm.
Yeah, at the end of
He
the
is.
day, it is because first of all, how can you compare Lampard, Oli, and Arteta when Oli's been manager for like 15
No,
years or
but
something like that?
but the
15
team
years,
he's
and his
been
first
managing
season he
is
got
nothing
relegated. His
compared.
first season he got
The
relegated.
teams he's been
What I'm
managing
trying to say is Lampard's
compared
still
to
inexperienced. Oli is not inexperienced.
I guess
the
it is a
teams.
fair
Lampard's still inexperienced.
comparison that Lampard
How's a
Arteta.
fair comparison? He's been manager for like 15 years at least. He's been manager
Ole,
for a long
No,
time.
the
as in
teams he's
terms
been
Arteta,
of
managing are bullshit.
no, I'm talking about in terms of Arteta, Ole, and Lampard came into the Prem pretty much around the same time. So they were
yeah,
three
but they've been,
managers that
but
people weren't.
Ollie's been a manager for a long time. Like
Yeah, he
Lampard is
has.
still
He's
in,
been manager for a long time.
Yeah, he has.
I
and
think.
Arteta's only been manager for 1 year. And
Yeah.
we have to give. That's why I'm saying that the reason why we shouldn't sack Lampard is we all knew he was inexperienced. It's not like we thought he would be a sick manager straight away. Like when Lampard joined, who actually thought he would give us top 4 in his first season with a transfer
That's
ban?
true. That's
And
can
then
turn
how is it
around.
when he signs players, you lot go
He
down?
signed players. The players he signed, yeah, you weren't complaining when we signed them. You were saying these are sick signings. So it's not his fault that did it. It is kind of his fault it didn't work out. But if you think about it, at the time when we signed them, everybody's saying, "Oh, look at Chelsea, they're gonna win the league. Look at all these signings. It's not fair.
Mm.
Chelsea are buying the league."
You
At
lot
the
were
end
cursed.
of the day, Lampard is still inexperienced, and we knew that, so we might as well give him the time.
And the only thing is now, even if you sack him, there's no one to replace him.
Exactly.
Come PSG.
I mean, there is the
That is
PSG
so sad.
manager to show, but
Yeah, but he wants
the
to
Oh,
come
yeah.
in
the
the summer.
chances of him joining Chelsea now are slim.
Yeah, he wants to come in the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah, I don't think
And if
because
yeah,
he done so much with PSG, he got sacked. So
he
I don't
turned it
think.
around as well.
Yeah, like,
He
I don't
turned it
think
around.
he's not in
Why
the
did he
right
get
mind to really manage again right now anyway because he just got sacked. I think he will need time until the summer, but I think there's other managers available. Like
But they
Allegri is
won't come in.
available. Allegri
Allegri
is
said he wants to
available.
come in at the start of the summer.
Yeah, that's the problem. Every manager will want to come in summer.
That's
'cause
why I
obviously,
think we shouldn't sack Lampard. Because if we sack Lampard, we're just gonna hire another inexperienced manager as interim or something like that.
Yeah, there's no
yeah,
one else right now. It's too late.
No point.
I heard there were rumors
I
about
still think he can turn
Shevchenko.
around. I still think he can win the league.
No, oh my, okay, stop with winning the league. You're a Chelsea fan.
It's not even. We're
You-
7 points off the top. We're 7 points off
But
Liverpool.
everyone else
7 points
basically
off.
got a game
Okay,
in
so then
hand.
in that flipping logic,
No, I
Arsenal
don't hear
can win the
Arsenal
league
fans.
then.
No, but you don't have a good squad. Your squad is dead. Our squad is actually sick. They're just playing like they got low confidence. Once we beat
Okay.
Morecambe, once we beat Fulham, we go on a 6-match run. Yeah, like remember before we
Yeah,
lost
but
to
your
Arsenal,
logic is
we were
stupid
17
because
games undefeated. We were
Arsenal
17 games undefeated. We can turn around easily.
Arsenal are 10
Ye-
points off the top. So what is it stopping Arsenal from using your logic, going
Your
on a good
squad,
run?
your squad,
No,
your
we've
squad
got
is
a good
still
squad.
there.
I think we've got a good squad. I think we've
You don't
genuinely
have
got a
a
good
squad.
enough squad.
If you
With the
think
young
about it, like
with the
your
youngsters
defense is
starting now,
overrated.
Martinelli, Saka, Emil Smith
They're still
Rowe.
young. They're still young. They
It
got
doesn't
zero
matter.
experience.
They've been on form in the last 3 games. Saka has been one of the players carrying
Saka is
us.
so overrated. He's one of the most overrated
This is
youngsters I've
what
ever
you
seen.
know. This is what I mean.
But
Like Chelsea
I'll
fans
be
are
honest,
so stubborn. You guys are so stubborn. Just because you know what
last
I
two
realized.
games he's been good. Fair enough.
Naeem, I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah, Chelsea. Name me one of Chelsea's good youngsters that can turn a season around for them. There's none.
I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they
There's
can.
only no, that can
There's
change
not.
the season for them.
If
No
you
one.
count
There's
if
no
you count Mason Mount and Hudson Odoi as players that can change a season round,
Arsenal Odoi can.
no, he
one. No,
can't.
he
He
If you
can't.
look,
He's
can't.
if you
so
look at, if
overrated.
you look at one of the beginning of the videos, I said
If
that.
you
I think it
disagree
was the,
with if you
I think it was the
disagree
first
with me
video.
saying that Emil Smith Rowe and Saka have carried us in our last 3 games, you're deluded.
That's
That's
because
just
your squad is that dead.
that's
Your squad
delusion
is that
taking you
dead.
over. No, that's not our
Your
squad
squad is
being
that
dead.
dead.
That's just our youngsters being good and proving themselves. Because
I'm
we've
being
still
honest. Chelsea will be lucky to get top 5. They'll be lucky
Top
to get top
5.
5.
You guys are. We're not even that far off. Like
No,
I'm
look at the
telling you now,
table,
we're
man.
guaranteed to finish top 3. We're guaranteed to finish
No,
top
you're
3.
not,
guaranteed.
man. Look at the table. If you
With
look
the
at the
form
Guaranteed.
table,
that United City are on, Liverpool they've
Right.
and
only
Leicester,
yeah and
Yeah, because
Leicester.
Southampton, and
last
Man City.
season, this stage, United were 15th or something like that.
Listen,
They were
all I'm
like,
gonna say to you is don't rule out Arsenal. We're only 3 points behind you. That's all I'm
I
gonna
want to
say.
rule you out because your squad is contagious. Like, it's not just about like quality; it's about how toxic that dressing
Listen,
room
each
is.
to their own. You're gonna think your own opinions, yeah. You don't watch Arsenal as
Mm.
enough as I do as an Arsenal fan, yeah. Same
I'm glad
way,
I do watch Arsenal a bit, but not as much
nah,
as you. I
same way
admit
I
that.
don't watch Chelsea enough. Every time I watch Chelsea, Werner's doing something stupid. That's just the only way that I can talk about Werner.
Corner.
Yeah, but I don't understand how you could say this when
The
all your
last time I
strikers are
turned on a Chelsea stream, Werner was kicking the corner flag. So I
I'll be
don't know.
honest. Werner could have got like 10 goals by now, but he missed a lot of open
10 goals.
chances.
How many goals is he
He
on
missed.
already in the Prem?
Isn't he like
in the
four,
Premier League, got 4.
In the Prem, he's got
four?
4.
He could have scored
And you
like
wanna
10 if
cuss
he's.
and you wanna talk about Aubameyang and you wanna talk about Aubameyang.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, how many
The
goals does Aubameyang have in the
audacity,
Premier
the
League? How many goals
audacity.
does Aubameyang have in the league?
Aubameyang. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool,
Oh.
cool, cool. I'll give you that. Yeah, Aubameyang is not doing well this season, but when he's not doing well, Lacazette's got 7.
Yeah, but when
So
Werner's not doing well,
Werner had
Abraham's
40
scoring
shots
for
and
us.
he scored 3
Abraham is
goals.
scoring for us. Giroud is
Wow.
scoring for us when Werner's not scoring.
Abraham's got 6 goals for you.
Giroud.
It's not really top. Giroud's not even in the top
But
20.
they're playing like that's actually quite good. Like, shall I tell you who's got the best minute per goal ratio this
Who?
season in the league?
Bruno.
Giroud. So
Giroud
it's not
only
like he
plays
don't play a
that
lot.
bloody 10 minutes a game.
Exactly. You can't
Yeah,
say
but he
Giroud.
starts games. The thing is, we don't need Werner to score goals when we have Giroud and Abraham.
I'll be
No,
honest.
you can't say that.
You don't
We're
really
not
need
losing
Werner.
games
Full
because
stop.
Werner misses. We're not losing games because Werner misses. We're losing
That's
games
costing you.
because our coaching is laughable. That's
Yeah,
why we're
but
losing
you're
games.
winning games because of the rest of the season. The rest of the Prem is shit. Let's be honest about it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We can turn around because this season is dead.
You're the one
Anybody
who
can.
sent that stat picture of this is the worst Premier League point finish in history, with the top
Yeah.
team only being able to
That's why
finish.
we can win the league. That's why we can win the
The top
league.
team only being able to finish on 74 points. I think last season, what was it, 90, something like that.
It was above
What?
90.
Yeah, it was above
Yeah,
90.
it was.
It was something ridiculous like that. So the Premier League in general has been rubbish.
So
So
we
you
can't blame Lampard. That's just the whole league.
No,
is
but that's the
suffering.
problem. Like Lampard with the team, and you're talking about your squad depth being sick. He should utilize that
Yes.
against the rest of the Prem because
He is. He should play Hudson Odoi. This guy's gonna win the Ballon d'Or one day. Like, he should use some players as well. You got why is Mason Mount playing every minute? I really like Mason Mount, but I've not seen him like drop.
Lampard's
I
son.
haven't seen him.
Lampard's son.
I've never. I can't remember the last game he didn't play. I can't remember. I'm being honest. Like, he didn't
Listen,
even come.
with you guys signing Kai Havertz and Ziyech, Mount shouldn't even be seeing the first team.
Mount was still good. He's probably one of our. He's probably our player of the season.
Oh,
I'm not saying
Lord,
that. I think he should get a rest.
Lord
what I'm
Almighty.
saying.
Some of your players have absolutely dipped in form as well, like Kante. He's not been the Kante that we
Granted,
all know.
it was just one game. It was just that one
It's
game.
not just one game though. It's other games as well. He's not there.
Arsenal, he wasn't that bad.
Huh?
Arsenal he wasn't bad against. It was just Man City who he was dead
But
in.
you lost 3-1, so he's not really helping you out defensively, is he?
Yeah, but we didn't lose the game because of Kante against Arsenal. What did Kante have to do with the free kick? What did Kante
He's
have to do
overrated, man. Kante's
with
overrated.
what's it called? He's not overrated.
He's not
I said
overrated. He's
so
one of
many times.
he's one of the best CDMs in the world by far. But
No, he was, but not
How
anymore.
do you say he's over? Or you know if I say he's overrated?
he's not
He
overrated.
is,
He's
man.
not
Overrate
overrated.
every player they have in their club.
I hate Kante now, man.
What
I
the hell
hate
was
Not
it?
him.
overrated.
He's not the reason
They
we're
rate
doing
him
bad.
so
He's
much,
not the,
man.
of all
He's
players
one of
You
the
wanna talk about overrated? Rashford got a bloody MBE for feeding homeless kids. I can do that. I won't get an MBE.
yeah.
Yeah, you will get MBE, but you ain't got the money
No, I
to
won't.
feed the kids like Rashford did. Exactly.
But listen,
Oh,
I'm gonna let Rash take the spotlight for a sec. He sent
mhm.
this picture that I'm about to put on the screen of Chelsea managers in the past and Lampard being at the bottom. You could talk about that. Jose Mourinho managed 212 games for Chelsea. Bloody
Yeah.
hell. And Ranieri managed 146 in second. Lampard is already on 55. He's actually not far behind Carlo Ancelotti and Conte.
Man, I was about to say Sancho.
I've mixed Carlo Ancelotti and Conte, I can't lie. But go on, Rash, you could talk about Lampard now in more depth since he's your manager and you're more obsessed about talking about Arteta and Ole.
Yeah, okay.
And Oli.
Points per game record, that picture you're seeing right now,
Yeah.
I think it's a bit taken out of context a bit because this season has been crazy and we always like do these stats even matter? Like if we're talking about points per game ratio, if you look at Arsene Wenger's, it's worse than Emery's, it's worse than Scott again, it's worse than Arteta's.
Yeah, I
Of
get what
course
you're
it matters.
saying, but Wenger managed a lot more games than Emery. A lot more. He was our manager for
more,
how
yeah.
long? And Emery was our manager for how long? There's a massive
Exactly.
difference there.
Lampard can turn around with those games. We still got a lot of games left. The season's halfway. We still got 50% of the season left to play. And if you look at it, who's top? Avram Grant. And if you ask any Chelsea fan, if you tell any Chelsea fan on the street, who would you say is the top 3 Chelsea managers of all time? None of them would say Avram Grant. None of them.
Who would they say?
They'll say Mourinho, Conte, and Ancelotti. Even Di Matteo. Actually, Di Matteo instead of Ancelotti.
Did Sarri
Or
only
Conte.
manage the one season at Chelsea?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought he was there for longer. He looks old.
I'm not gonna lie, we missed Sarri. Like, he was the
He
first
was a good
person to
manager,
say,
man. He was a good
yeah,
manager.
he did sick.
I don't know why
He
you
did
guys let
sick.
him go. Honestly, I don't know why you guys
We
let him go.
didn't let him go. He wanted to go back to Italy to his home because his dad was sick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And what's it called again? Sarri was the first person to say that Kante couldn't play lone DM. So if you think about it, Kante's always played with a partner. He played with Matic. He plays with Pogba in the front setup.
I
It's
hate
hard
Kante.
it's not his fault. It's the fact that our system doesn't do Kante as of now. Like, because what Lampard wants Kante to do is move the ball. Kante is a defensive midfielder. He's not a ball progressing player. Like, that's why we're seeing like Naeem have an agenda for him. When his club employs Fred and Matic, which I don't
Yeah, but
understand.
Fred is sick. Fred is sick. You
Fred
can't
is
be
sick. He
saying-
gives the ball away. Like,
Don't care about what
he
you
did
say
5
right now.
tackles that one
Shut
game.
up,
He did
man.
5
Fred is
tackles
sick.
one game.
Don't come at Fred. With
Oh, yeah,
everybody
that
going in
5
double league. Don't come at Fred. Don't come
I don't
at
understand
Fred.
how you could
Stop
come
it.
for Kante and like
Don't. Because Kante
they're the
is flipping
same
shit. How many
the
times do I
same
have to
fan
remind
base as
you?
comparing Bruno with
Kante
Lampard.
is so shit, man. What do you see in Kante? Tell
You
me,
can't
please.
say
the
Kante.
world-
You would
Exactly.
love Kante in a United shirt. Trust
No,
me.
If
I won't.
United had
Trust
Kante,
me,
they
you
would
would.
win the
All
Champions
Kante
League.
does is feed
Pogba,
people
Bruno,
outside the bloody stadium.
Pogba, Bruno, and Kante. No one's
That
getting
would
past
work.
that midfield. No
So
one
with
is
Kante
getting
in our
past that
team, he
midfield
doesn't suit.
because he
Like,
can play
Kante's
as
so
the lone
overrated,
DM
man.
there. He can genuinely play
Yeah.
as the lone DM there. Pogba and Bruno as your attacking
Nah, but
midfielders.
people gas up Conte as if he's living back in 2018, 2019. This is 2021 and he's shit. He's
He's not
flipping
dead.
shit.
He's only had 2 bad games at least. That's
No, he
it.
never. He had 16 bad games.
How many bad games has Fred had? I swear he cost you the
Fred-
Champions League, didn't he? He cost you the
Fred had
Champions
only
League group
2
stages.
bad games. Okay.
Was Fred only has
is our
2 bad
man.
games. He gives the
Fred
ball away
is
like
my
every
man. Fred is my man.
every free pass. He gives the ball away at least once.
Fred
seen
is
him
my
play.
man. All right. Fred is my man.
I swear that your fan base deserves Fellaini and players like that because
We
you're just
deserve them, but do
delusional.
we have them? We got our players like Bruno. We got Van der Beek sitting on the bench waiting to come on because he's a squad depth player.
Van der
We
Beek
got our
wasn't
players.
come back home.
Bro. Pipe down, okay? You guys are what, fighting for mid-table. Lucky enough, fighting
Yeah.
for relegation if you're that lucky.
I
But
love
you
this, like,
guys,
coming from a United fan, like, everybody's
yeah,
like,
coming
you're
from a United
slandering
fan who's
Lampard, you're
about to
slandering
win the
Lampard.
league.
Last
We're
season,
winning
don't
the
you
league and
remember
we're
where you
giving you
were at
tips.
this stage? Last season,
Last
don't you
season,
remember where you were?
but don't talk about when we
Where you
finished
were?
last season. We finished third last
Yeah,
season. On top
exactly,
of
that's
you,
what I'm saying,
on
that's the
top of
point,
you,
that's the
on
point. We
top
can
of you,
turn around,
on
we
top of
can
you.
turn
But
I
around.
love
you
this.
are a
We
team
can turn
that
around.
can't
We
turn
can
shit
turn
around. You
around.
guys
The
can't
point
turn
is, last
shit
season,
around.
you were dead at this stage.
There's
You were dead at
no,
this stage.
but
We
last
can turn
exactly
around.
last
You lost to
season we
Burnley.
basically signed Bruno and then we went undefeated. I was gonna say Bruno,
Yeah?
but
We don't
exactly
need to
last
sign him.
season
We already have
we signed
Bruno on
Bruno.
our team. We already
Yeah,
have a player better than Bruno.
you don't need to sign anyone because you got these players. These players who are scoring one goal every 10 games. Yeah, you got them, and you got these players
They
who
can
can't even
turn
take
around, though.
corners. You got these
They
players
can't.
who can't even kick a ball from the
Why are
corner,
you telling
and
me
you
they
got these
can't turn
players who
around?
are
Can't they
faking
turn around?
injuries like Ziyech.
Can't they turn around? Can't they
Daniel
turn
James
around?
is better than Ziyech. Okay,
Okay, now
Daniel
we're going to
James
this.
is
Now
better
we're
than
going to
Ziyech.
this. Now we're going to this. Okay, see what I mean
Yes,
about delusional.
Okay,
Ziyech,
okay,
Bruno.
Listen,
You can
Bruno is
turn
better than
around like you
Ziyech.
guys turn
Like
around.
you
wait
can't
until
be
Zeke
the
is
end
better
of
than
the
guys say
Bruno.
season.
compared. You guys
Wait until
compared
the end of
Ziyech
the
to Bruno.
season, Rash, and when Naeem's saying Fred needs to go, Bruno
Okay,
needs to
I wait
go.
until the season when we're lifting up the Premier
Yeah,
League trophy.
we'll wait till
I
the
want
end of the
all of
season
you,
when we
I
come
want
back
all
and
of you
say
to apologize to Lampard.
Champione,
It's
Champion.
not Lampard.
Ole, ole, ole.
Oh,
We'll wait for the end of the season to sing that. And we'll
we're
wait
coming. We're
for
finishing
us.
third
I
still.
can't be
We're
wait.
finishing
I
third
can't
still.
wait to get that 21 champion t-shirt. I can't wait. And I'm gonna
You're
order
so
you one as
stupid.
well. I'll order you one as well, alright? I'll deliver it to your house. Just send me your address when the season's over and I'll buy you a Chelsea
Stop
shirt
winning
with
the
number
league.
21
Come
at the back.
on. Stop being. Stop.
Bro,
Stop giving
we're
yourself
winning
full
the
flow.
Carabao Cup as a bonus to the
Carabao
league
Cup.
as
Oh
well.
Who
my
the
days.
f-
I
To
don't
the
even care
league as
about the
well.
cup. You know, I haven't
Don't
watched
care
the
about the
game
cup.
all
don't
season.
talk
Well,
about the FA Cup being shit and then mention the Carabao, alright?
no.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
We're winning a shit cup called Carabao Cup, but on top of that, we're winning the Premier League. We're winning 2 trophies this season. We're
Oi,
winning 2 trophies this
we're
season.
gonna go
And
back to
Chelsea
this
nothing.
when the season's over.
Yeah.
When
No, you could even go back to on Wednesday when we smoked City. Something Chelsea failed to do
You
because
guys
they got the
all
players like
fail to
Werner.
remember that
we're
They got
gonna
players
go
Lampard.
like
back to
Ziyech.
this at the end of the season when Arsenal have won the league, alright?
No,
So
come back
going
to this on
on to
Wednesday.
Lampard,
Come back to this on Wednesday when you see Chelsea learn from United on how to beat City. Can't wait. Smoke on that.
you genuinely think that Maguire is gonna be able to handle that City attack?
Yeah, because we drew against them in our last match in the Premier League, and they had the first team. This time they got four or five players out due to COVID, and Aguero stuck in
No,
FIFA.
but
I don't know what
are
he's
you
doing.
forgetting the fact they had 2 weeks rest? They had two
Wait,
They
weeks
had
wait,
the
rest.
2 weeks, bro.
they had the
They had
2 weeks
2 weeks
rest to
rest. That's
come
what
out
I'm
and
saying.
smoke Chelsea. They had the 2 weeks rest to
They
smoke
had two
Chelsea
weeks rest.
3-1.
Like
But,
I
but,
was
but, but,
feeling
but, but, but,
good.
but, let's not forget EFL Cup is one leg. This semi-final is only one leg. It's not 2 legs like previous seasons.
They had
This one's
2 weeks
one
rest.
leg.
Nobody cares
Yeah.
about the Carabao Cup,
Why
bro.
you mention this dead cup?
No, no one cares, but Pep cares, and he's going to be playing his best
Pep
team.
cares about every
But
trophy. What is a stats pad?
United,
His stats
Chelsea are
pads
going
all
to
these
learn.
trophies.
Chelsea are going to learn from United. Frank Lampard's going to be taking tips. He's going to be taking notes, and he's going to be like, you know what? Yes.
Lampard.
Actually, let's
Frank
go back to
Lampard.
that conference, Frank Lampard, when he came out and said you should support another club. That's right. Rash, you should
Oh,
support another club. Chelsea
make
ain't
fun
for
of that.
you.
You know what I say? You know why? You know what the intention
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, the intention was support another club. I don't care about the charity stuff he was mentioning. He said support another club still. He still had the guts to say that. So support another club. There's Man United available, but I'm sorry, we don't want you. Arsenal is available. We don't want you. I mean, they don't want you. So Man United and Arsenal don't want you. So I'm sorry, man.
Alright,
You're going to be probably going to City, Tottenham, like Yasin. Oh, shit teams like that.
let's look at some of Chelsea's results. In fact, let's look at Chelsea's results from the start of the season. So first game of the season, Chelsea beat Brighton 3-1. Then they lost to Liverpool 2-0.
We're 17 games unbeaten. We went
And they
17
were happy. They were happy to lose against Liverpool that day, by the way.
Yeah.
They were
because we had
happy.
10 men. We had 10 men.
But whose fault is that though?
Yeah, whose fault
Whose fault
is
is
that?
that?
Liverpool's fault?
Tell me,
You can't say 10 men and
It's not like
whose fault is
Christensen
that?
played after that. Has Christensen played after that? Lampard learned his lesson.
Listen,
No,
that's not
whose
even the
fault?
result that I wanted to argue about. It's the next one. West Brom 3-3, the team that are at the bottom
Okay,
of the league.
didn't West Brom drew with Man City? Didn't West Brom drew with Liverpool?
And
You can't just compare this season. Is the season? It's not Chelsea. It's not just Chelsea.
But
The
listen,
season instead.
West Brom are second last in the Premier League.
And they drew with Liverpool and Man City as well.
is that your
You were
mindset?
3-0 down and went 3
Why
up.
Is
is
that the
your
mentality?
concern about Liverpool and Man City? Your
Because they
concern...
top of the league. They got
No,
the
but
two
listen.
favorites to win the league.
Cool, that's
You
fair
can't just
enough.
tell it forward score.
Liverpool are still first in the Premier League. Man
We're only
City,
7 points behind them. We're only
Man
7
City
points
have
behind
been
them.
on a little slope We all know that. That's Man City.
Yeah, but if they win both their games in hand, they go. They go.
Man
Champions
City
League.
have never won a Champions League, so we can't. They're not really a club to be talking about like that. Liverpool have the most
Yeah,
Champions
I'm
League.
Arsenal. I'm Arsenal.
We're not talking about Arsenal right now, bro. We're not. We're talking about Chelsea
Oh.
and West Brom, and how West Brom have only got 8 points this season. One of them coming from Chelsea. This
One
is
of
a
them coming
game.
from Man City. One of them coming
This
from
is a
Liverpool.
game that Chelsea should have won with the caliber of players that Chelsea. West Brom signed Branislav Ivanovic on a free because they're lacking in the defensive department, an ex-Chelsea player. That's what Chelsea.
Well-
That's what Chelsea. Chelsea should be winning. Sorry, that's what West Brom
You
are.
you can't use this result to lament Lampard. Like there are many more games to pick out. There's better games to pick out to cost Lampard. Like if you brought the Arsenal result, then
Yeah, there is better
fair.
games to pick out. We're going result by result. West Brom is a team that's getting battered by everyone.
And
There are
they drew with Liverpool at home. At home. I mean away.
Liverpool
They
are
drew
top
with
of the table.
Liverpool
They
away
have no. They
at
have no
Anfield.
reason to argue.
Anfield. They do have a reason to argue. They lost to Southampton today. If they won that game, yeah, they
Still
would
at the top
cement
of the
their
table.
place.
Still at the top of the table.
Liverpool are definitely getting top four, as so are we. So I don't understand how.
No, you're not, man.
Okay.
Lampard
Anyway,
We'll be lucky to get top.
let's
Lampard
go
got top
past your
four last
delusion.
season.
Chelsea won 4-0 against Palace,
Yeah.
and then a
Man
3-3
United lost to Palace.
3-3 draw against Southampton. Southampton are a good team this season. They just beat Liverpool, like you said. Good team this
Yeah,
season.
Southampton are good.
We'll give them that. 3-3 in a right,
Southampton
result.
are good because they beat Liverpool. They
Yeah, and
beat
United
Liverpool.
got jammed against them.
No, Southampton are not good because they beat Liverpool. They're good because they're good. They have
They just don't know how to keep
they
it.
have talented players. Ward Prowse, Bernadette, that centre back. He's actually insane. He's actually one of the one of the best centre backs in the Prem. I actually like that guy. But then this is the next game. I'm just gonna drop out of the argument for 5 minutes. 0-0, Man United and Chelsea. Go.
And that
That game,
we
both
deserve
teams
to
were happy
win.
with a draw.
One
Look
by
at that
one,
game,
one
we
by
actually
one.
deserve to win. Chelsea fans,
We deserve to win.
United got so unlucky in that 0-0 draw.
Okay,
We deserve to
what did
beat
you get
Chelsea.
unlucky
I'm gonna
with?
check
Tell
the
me,
stats for you guys. I'm gonna check the stats for you guys.
Go check the stats. You could even watch the highlights. United.
What did
had
you get
shots
unlucky
on
with?
shots on
The fact
shots.
that we
And
wasn't given a
Chelsea-
penalty. We
when
were
Chelsea was
robbed of a
shooting-
penalty.
I'll be
I
honest,
don't care about
it was a
Rashford,
shocking
we
game from
own
both
the
of you.
refs.
Exactly.
We own
One
the
thing. That's what I'm saying.
refs.
Both
We
teams
own
deserve
the
to
refs.
Listen,
score.
We
it
own
was
the
a
refs.
shock.
No, we
Possession is
deserve to win.
equal. Possession is equal. United had 4 shots on target from 14. You should have scored at least one.
Exactly.
Chelsea, 1 shot on target from 6. You should be attacking
Exactly.
more. Okay.
Exactly. We
Wait,
dominate.
wait. This is what happens, and we should have had a
It doesn't
penalty.
matter.
Type in Harry
We have
Maguire,
a good
Man
away
United,
record.
and Chelsea. You see the penalty
Harry
we should have been
Maguire,
given.
Harry
We
Maguire,
should-
and
Tell me
everybody
this:
are
should we
better
have
than
been
your
given a
centre back
penalty?
duo.
Tell me, should we have been given a penalty? Yes or no?
No, you don't deserve
Oh,
to.
you absolutely.
We own the
You're an
refs,
idiot.
so
You're
we
an
decide.
idiot.
You don't
You're an
you
idiot.
don't get a penalty. No, you don't
United
get a
fans
penalty.
say that shouldn't be a penalty when half your penalties are being like Bruno dives.
Yeah, and what did you say
That is
before
a
we even started
penalty.
the
That
podcast?
is
What did we even say before we started the podcast? You don't
don't
care.
remember what
You'd
I
be
said.
happy
Don't
if you win
remember
a
what
penalty. Hey,
I don't remember what I said.
you
I don't
remember what he
remember
said? He's deluded. He's
Don't
fucking
remember.
deluded. Oh, I hate Chelsea fans.
I'm
man.
just
I can't
looking
wait
at
to
the
see them lose
lineups.
again.
I'm just looking at the lineups now, yeah?
Yeah, look at the lineup, and we didn't even have a good team.
Listen.
Come on, Chelsea had a,
The
Ayaz, go look at the lineup.
Listen.
Chelsea had the first
Let
team. We
me
had our
speak. Let me
BK.
speak. I'm looking at the lineups right now, yeah?
BK
Chelsea
United.
had their best attacking 3 on. Pulisic,
played
Werner,
that
Havertz. Pulisic, Werner, Havertz, right?
Mm.
They
Havertz
had
is not forward.
probably their best midfield on, to be honest. You're playing in a 3-5 or 3-4-3, shall I say?
Yeah.
And you had
Earlier, we got the result.
you had
wanted.
Reece James and Chilwell playing as your wing backs, and N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, a midfield that you use quite often. And your defense was Aspilicueta, Zuma, and Thiago Silva, and Edouard Mendy in goal. A very good lineup. However, United, they didn't have Martial.
Exactly.
They didn't have
Just
Pogba
dead.
starting.
Anyway, advantage
They
United.
didn't have Pogba starting. Van der Beek was
Advantage
also on the
United.
bench
I don't
for
want to
that.
be there. Another plus point for United.
But
This guy, man.
this is the same, more or less the same midfield that United fans are saying they're happy with. You got Bruno in there.
Tell me this: who was at home? Who was at home?
You got Bruno in there. You got
And-
Fred
Wow.
in there. You got McTominay in there. You got your defense. You got Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Maguire, and Lindelof, and De Gea and goal. At home was United.
Exactly. And who would be
And we
more happy
dominate.
with a
We
0-0?
dominate.
Dude,
We are
you
gonna
didn't
beat
dominate.
We're gonna
You didn't
beat
dominate.
We're gonna be.
Yeah,
We're
a
gonna
draw
be
was
at Stamford
deserved.
Bridge. We're gonna be at Stamford Bridge. I don't care about that. But we deserve to
I'll
win
be
at Old
honest,
Trafford.
right? It's the big teams that Chelsea are struggling against. Because You go on a little win run. You beat Burnley. You beat Sheffield. You beat Newcastle.
We beat Sevilla, big team.
I
We beat
don't
West
care
Ham.
about Sevilla.
Ah,
We
We beat
don't
West
care
Ham.
about
Sevilla.
Sevilla.
Flipping
Listen,
no,
we're talking
man.
about the Prem. You go after United. You go and beat
Well,
Burnley,
big teams, so I
Sheffield,
don't
and
count them as a.
Newcastle.
We lost
Then you
to a
go and
small
get
team.
a 0-0 against Spurs. So at the moment, you've drawn against United. You've lost to Liverpool, and now you've drawn against Spurs. Then you go and
It's not
beat
a bad
Leeds.
result. Those are not bad results, apart from the Liverpool one, which was
Then
we
you
had
go
to
and
win.
They're
beat
not bad,
Leeds,
man.
and then you lose to Everton, another top side. Then you lose to Wolves, another top side. You beat West Ham, then you lose to
Top side.
Arsenal, another top side.
Arsenal
And
not a
then
top side.
and
Arsenal
then
They
not.
lost
and
points
then
to Aston Villa.
recently you lose to Man City. You are yet to perform against a big team this season.
Mm.
Yeah, we have. We performed against
Who?
Sevilla. We performed against West
Why are
Ham.
you
We performed.
talking about
Oh,
Sevilla, bro? We're
West
talking
Ham
about the Prem.
and West
West Ham are
Ham.
not a big team. West Ham are not.
Mid-table
This is
team.
what angers me about Chelsea fans, bro. You're stooping to such a low level now because.
A draw
You
against
said
Tottenham
West
isn't a bad
Ham.
result. Did you draw with Tottenham or
So
did you
you're
lose
happy
to
with
them?
draws. So you're happy with draws.
Yeah, if we're away.
Oh my god.
If
I'm
this
happy
is
with
what
the draw.
Chelsea
Stop.
fans
Happy
are
with
on,
the draw.
if this is
Yes,
what Chelsea
right,
fans
away.
are on, we should not
Man
be
said
recording
he's
this
happy
video.
with the
I'll
draw.
be honest.
Exactly.
I didn't know that
Yeah,
you
but
guys were
you should
happy
not
with
be happy
draws.
with a 0-0 draw against Man United at Old
I
Trafford.
didn't know you got. We beat
Man was
United
happy with that.
But
away.
would you be annoyed with a 0-0 draw at Old Trafford? Tell me that.
You were
Listen,
happy with that
listen,
0-0
listen.
draw.
We
That
wouldn't be
was
annoyed.
piss.
Listen, nobody goes
You-
into a game expecting draws.
Exactly, I want to win every game, but I'm not going to pretend that I was crying because we drew 0-0 with
And
Man
you're here
United.
saying that you're alright with 0-0. If we were
Against Man United
dominating,
away,
if we were dominating the game and we had the chances, I wouldn't be happy
we
with
weren't
0-0.
dominated. That's why I was happy.
Listen, when Arsenal beat United 1-0 away with a pen, I was still angry because our final third play was lacking. I was still
No,
pissed.
you switched sides. You switched sides. You were saying Arteta out all the time, and then you were
I'm
asking
still
forgiveness.
Arteta out. I'm still Arteta out, bro. I've said this on my main channel. That's not gonna change until the end of the season. If we're not
1-0
in,
win against Man
if we're
United.
not in the Champions League, Arteta needs to go. In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Naeem,
But
Naeem, you know this. You know this. This guy was not. This guy was not angry when they beat United. This guy was just over the moon
Naeem,
when you.
okay, now answer this. Was I not the only Arsenal fan in that chat that said don't get gassed with a penalty
Yeah.
win?
He did.
Gas with penalty, exactly. Well, so, but the thing is, you were happy with the result. If it
No,
was no,
no,
you'd
no,
still
no,
be
no.
happy.
Obviously, you're going to be happy if the team wins. Don't be stupid now. But
Yeah.
it's the fact that we won with a penalty when we dominate. Naeem knows this as a United fan. We should have scored 3, 4, 5 that game. But we
Yeah,
won
they
with a
dominated
penalty.
us.
We only won with our final third play was shocking in that part of the season. In the last 3 games, it's picked up. We won 4-0 against West Brom. We beat Chelsea. This and that. But at that moment in time, just because we won against United, I wasn't happy. I was still thinking, if our final third play like this carries on, it's not going to be good for us come the next couple of games. And it wasn't, because we went on a little loss run. We lost against Burnley. We lost against another team I don't even want to mention. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't happy with us only winning 1-0, if that's what your point is. But you're here saying you're happy with draws. So if that's what you guys are happy with, then that's what you guys are happy with.
That's your mentality of a mid-table team.
Well, the reason why we're not winning, we're not doing good, is not because we're not beating big team. I don't know. The problem's still the same. And it's at Lampard. And okay, fair enough. Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that we drew with Man United. Yeah, Man United were probably the better team, but a 0-0 draw I was happy with because at the end of the day, the point against the top 6. There's
The
Tottenham
reason
and
why,
0-0.
no, you know what? I can
Both
answer that
are
question
happy.
for you. The reason why you were happy with 0-0 is because you know you should have lost that game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we should have lost. I think a draw
No,
was fair.
looking at the stats, you should have lost that game.
Look at the XG then. Look at the XG.
I don't care about XG, bro. United had 14 shots and Chelsea had 6.
Exactly.
If you're okay. First of all, how many of those shots on target were just Bruno long shots like he always does?
Just shut up, man.
You have to realize XG does matter. A shot on target doesn't mean it was just right in front
Nobody
of the
goes
keeper.
at the end of a game and looks at XG. They look at player individual performances.
Yeah,
No,
and individual performance.
XG.
Maguire should have been penalised for a penalty.
No, you just hate Maguire for what he did to one
It
of your
was an
players
obvious
last
penalty.
season.
It was obvious penalty I've ever seen. I don't even hate
Nah.
Maguire. I actually rate Maguire compared to other people.
yeah, I might be able to back your opinion up, Name. I'm gonna ask you a question, Rash.
Mm.
Do you think Gabriel Martinelli is overrated?
Martinelli.
Yep.
I don't think he's overrated.
Do you think he's good?
Yeah.
Do you think he's good enough to turn our season around, help us get top 4?
I think that's too much pressure on a youngster. Any youngster can't. You can't expect any youngster to turn a team season around. That's why I even said that about our youngsters.
Your youngsters, like who do you really have? Hudson-Odoi.
These youngsters got us top four though. You
Mason
can't remember.
Mount.
But
Got us top four.
your
These youngsters
youngsters
got us
are
top
not
four.
young. Our youngsters,
Oh, Hudson-Odoi is
United
younger
and
than is
your
younger than
youngsters are
Martinelli.
pretty much mid-age. Our
Don't be
youngsters,
age. Check the age. Check the age. Check
no, but
Hudson-Odoi.
they're early 20s. They're early 20s. Arsenal
Hudson-Odoi
and
is not
United
20 yet.
youngsters, huh?
Hudson-Odoi. Let me check Hudson-Odoi age.
United's team is full
Arsenal
of
and United
youngsters.
youngsters are 20 and below, and
Yeah.
they're performing at the level that they are.
They're doing
So
the
you
best they
so you
can.
The reason why I
turn it.
asked you about
That
Martinelli, by
wasn't
the way, before
that wasn't the point
anybody's
though. The point was,
confused,
do you think they will turn your season around? And I
listen.
said he can't turn the season
Our
around.
front three
The question
can.
you asked me wasn't if
Martial,
how
Rashford,
good
and
they are.
Greenwood. Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood. Them front
They were
three.
mid-20s. They were mid-20s. So
We got
again,
them Rashford, Greenwood, and Martial. They
they
got the
can turn
most
your
goals
Now,
in
season
out of
around.
Europe
that
as a
front
front
three,
three last season.
Season.
your actual like youngster is Greenwood. Let's be honest, Rashford and
Yeah.
Martial have been in the game for a while. But
Rashford adapted, yeah.
yeah, the reason why I
No.
asked you about Martinelli before anyone's confused is because I wanted to see a reply. If you hated on him, I was gonna say just because he dropped Kante twice.
Yeah,
But
I won't be
hate
paid
that
that
goal,
easily.
man.
I won't be paid that easily.
yeah,
Secondly, the question was if can they turn the season around. It's not about how much potential they have. Probably Martinelli has more potential than all of our youngsters. But he's still a youngster
no,
at the end
but
of the day.
let's be honest,
Much
the
pressure on him.
level that they're performing at, Saka,
But if you rely on
Emil Smith
Martinelli to
Rowe.
turn your season
No, it's
around,
not about
that's just
relying.
bad
It's not
management.
about relying. It's the same thing with Greenwood. Naeem, you agree
He
with
didn't
me,
turn
yeah?
Man United season around though.
No, but listen. You agree with me when I say this. It's not that we're relying on them. It's that we know that that they can perform
Okay,
on their day.
To be
Yeah, they
honest,
can
do
put an
you think
impact.
Greenwood, if you needed him, really, if you needed him, he can turn your season around if you were in, let's say, our position, our position. It's not saying that you think he's dead, but do you
But it's
honestly
not
think
about
that he can turn
reliance.
around?
That's what I'm trying to say. It's
Uh,
not about reliance.
I'm trying to
But you
say,
can't turn around. At the
okay,
end of
if
the
you
day, you're
look at
saying, can
last
they turn
season,
the season around?
Rash,
That's
if you
relying
look at
on them.
us last
How's
season,
that
you're
not
asking
relying
the
on them
same
to saying they
question,
can't,
Rash.
if they can turn it around?
If you look at us last season, Greenwood is the one that made us get top three. His help with
No,
Rashford and Martial in the front
That
three.
was Bruno. So you're telling me
No,
without
I'm
Bruno, you
telling
would have
you,
got top
but
three.
Rashford, Martial, Greenwood got the most goals as a front three in
So you're
Europe
telling
last
me
season.
without Bruno, you
And
would have got top
Greenwood,
three. Would you had
no,
Greenwood, you got top three.
obviously we wouldn't be in top three without Bruno, but
Exactly. So you
Greenwood
can't
was a part of
have
it. He
Greenwood.
was a part of it.
Now
He stepped
Greenwood
up when
got
he
double
needed
Yeah,
to.
digits
but
goals, didn't he?
Mason Mount was a
Yeah,
part of
he got
Chelsea's
double
thing.
digits goals last season.
Hudson-Odoi was
He
part.
smashed it.
I'm not saying he didn't do smash it. I'm saying that do you honestly think that if you had to rely on one player, not
Well, we
rely on
had
one player,
to.
you think that Greenwood can turn your season around?
Well,
You
he
think
did last season, so I
he
don't
didn't turn
know.
your season around? It was Bruno because before Greenwood was in your,
But no, that was a
But
team
you're
Greenwood
not
was in
effort.
your team
understanding
for
the
Greenwood
the
is a
start
point.
of
part
the
You're
of it.
not
season and he was
understanding
there.
the point. It's not about
No, you're
reliance.
saying can they turn the season around, but that's relying on them. If you're saying a player can turn a season around, is that not relying on them?
No, but listen, we have other players that can do it, that have been playing football for
So do we.
like yeah, but we know that if we're ever in a position where, let's say for example, Aubameyang gets a long season term injury, we know that we have rotation. We know that we have Martinelli, we have Saka that
That's
can
with
come in
everything.
and do the job. But
Chelsea don't have that.
but the specific thing I'm talking about here is their age, because we know that they could do it at that age. They're the same age as us, 18, 19, nearly 20. And they're being able to fill the boots of people like Aubameyang, a guy who's won the Golden Boot in the Premier League. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but okay, fair enough. By you saying that, you're saying that, oh, okay, so let's say if Aubameyang gets injured, we have Martinelli. We shouldn't worry as much. Okay, that's a fair point. But at the end of the day, yeah, has Martinelli scored in the league yet?
This is the problem. This is the thing. This is the same reason that he just came back from injury, a long-term
Exactly, that's what I'm
injury.
saying. You can't pinpoint a young player that on your whole season, as in you can't say, oh, even though Aubameyang's injured, I think Martinelli can fill his boots, and he can definitely do it. But if you're going to put that much pressure on him, that just shows bad management within the team. Like I don't. There's a reason why they called a youngster.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean, but it's just it's like, for example, let's take Nabry for example. Yeah, we sold him for 5 million, and now he's one of Bayern's main players. Like without Nabry in the Bayern team, they tend to struggle.
Oh, they got Coleman, though. They've got good wingers. That Perisic.
They got good replacements, but Nabry is
Still
one
like
of their
Gnabry. I still think they will do good. Like you
Nabry is
got
one of their
Perisic,
main
Coleman.
players in that team.
I think if they, as long as they have Lewandowski, they will be fine.
I mean, you could. The argument goes either way.
I think if you add, I think if you put Gnabry in the Premier League, yeah, you see like an entire different player than Gnabry at Bayern Munich. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, this has nothing to do with this video, but
Exactly.
Mbappe is a player that I talk about being so overrated because I don't think he'll be able to do it in
I
Premier.
think he can do it in the Premier League. To be honest,
We'll
like,
save that. We'll save that
with his
for a
process,
future
like,
video.
unbelievable.
We'll save that for a
Okay.
future video.
Yeah.
I don't know. In that,
That's it.
to conclude the whole video, my opinion is that Lampard ain't good enough to be Chelsea manager.
He's not good enough. But should he be sacked? That's the question.
Should
He
he
was
be
never good
sacked? I think that would be harsh because it's the same thing with Arteta. If we really wanted him to go on, we would have said that by now.
But with Arsenal, with Arteta, the reason why I think he should be sacked even now is because the squad has turned on him. I don't think the Chelsea. I think the Chelsea squad still like Lampard.
But
Mm,
I don't know if the squad has really turned on Arteta because
If you think about, look, how many players has he exiled from the team? Like, put yourself in like Lacazette's shoe. How do you imagine if you Saliba just went out on loan?
Yeah.
he left.
Won't you be questioning Arteta why is he using him like that?
He
yeah.
isolated Ozil. Now
Won't you be
Saliba's
questioning
gone.
like these questions will
That's
come
part
up?
of the reason why I'm Arteta. I'm not disagreeing with you here. I am Arteta out, so I'm not disagreeing with you here.
Yeah.
The
But
reason why
Question is Lampard.
I don't think
was
we
the
should
squad
sack him
team
as
at
of
that
now. I
point.
think we need to wait till the end of the season.
If he turns around, he shouldn't be sacked. But the thing is, was Lampard ever good enough at Chelsea? Was Lampard ever good enough to come to Chelsea?
Mm,
Never.
There's so
At
many
first he was.
arguments. There's so many arguments.
But even
That's
if, like, I don't care if he got Derby promoted, even like, because to become a Chelsea manager, you need to win titles. You need to win. You need to have like a good record. You need to have more experience than that to become Chelsea manager. Because we gave him the job, we have to trust in him. If we didn't, we should just give it to someone else.
So
The
you're gonna
first-
keep him. You're saying.
That's pretty much
He-
for every manager though. Like I've said this before. You don't get a manager into your team and straight away tell him to fuck off. Like you're gonna back him from the
You
beginning.
have to back him because you made the choice to appoint him. You didn't want if you can't just back out on your choice. We all knew the problems with Lampard even before he came in.
Yeah. I mean, we all gave our opinion. We pretty much none of us think that Lampard is good enough to be.
But then he has to stay because
It's not about being good enough to be Chelsea manager. It's about being good enough to get you guys to where you want to be.
Yeah,
But
he
I don't
can't
think-
do that.
Can you ever like even like Naeem saying that United are gonna win the league, but be honest, can you ever picture Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lifting
Yeah,
the
like
Premier
all delusion aside.
Yeah, I saw.
No,
you ever
listen.
For United.
All
the Premier
delusion
League?
and bias aside, from the start of this season, did you think Ole was good enough to get you guys top of the table?
From the start, no. We thought we're getting
But
top 4
it's
again.
still
But
like,
looking at the
because-
form and looking at where Bruno has taken
Okay,
us
so then,
as
but
a
then
one-man
we
player-
can say that about Arsenal because we're on the bounce.
No,
but listen,
we're winning the league.
We're on the
But we're
bounce from our
actually
last
gonna
3
win
games,
the
3
league.
wins in a
Bro.
row. Wow, what's stopping us from saying we can challenge
Yeah,
for the title?
exactly.
No,
I agree
you
with
guys
Ryan.
can't
What's-
say that.
what's
though.
stopping
Look
us?
at us. Look at us. We're 10 or 11 games
How
undefeated.
many
right
games have we been lucky in? How many games have we been lucky in? Because I can name
now.
like
Luck
so
don't
many
exist in football.
performances.
Luck don't exist in football, bro. I don't know what you're on about.
Okay, luck only exists when it comes.
Listen, without
United
VAR,
20 penalties.
without VAR, the league table would look so much different. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Without VAR, Leicester will be first. I mean, Leicester won't even be in the top 4, man. Leicester will probably be like 10th or 15th.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Point
no,
is,
if you're
none
talking
of these
about
managers
VAR, you're
are good
looking at
enough
with
for our
Leicester.
club.
So
Maybe
the-
all it is to
We're winning the league.
we're gonna come
We're
back.
winning the
We're
league.
gonna come back
Yeah,
to
we're
this. at the end
coming
of the-
back.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll
And
come
we're
back.
coming back on Wednesday because we're gonna win a.
We're not
plastic
coming
cup,
back on
Carabao
Wednesday
Cup.
with fucking Caraboa, alright?
No. We're gonna win
No,
a
forget
plastic
that.
cup. Something
I will not come
Arsenal
for the
fans will probably
Carabao.
gas up if they won and say Arteta in because they won a plastic cup. But we're gonna win that plastic cup, and when we win that plastic cup, we're gonna get gassed because we're winning the
I
Premier
can see
League.
Oli lifted the League Cup. But
Let's
be
not
honest,
forget who is coming to United this month. Adama Traore. Let's not forget. The right
Okay,
wingers
and
ain't
that
ready.
is a
Salah
wrap
ain't
because
ready.
this guy's
Ziyech
delusion is
ain't
kicking in.
ready.
This
Ziyech
guy's
ain't
delusion
ready.
is kicking in. So we're gonna end the video there. It's been a good 50 minutes of talking about football. Obviously, Liverpool just lost to Southampton, so
Very good
it's
luck.
looking
And
sticky.
United win
It's
the
looking
game in hand.
sticky.
Oh,
Oh, for God's sake, man. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about Lampard, Arteta, and Ole. All three of them in the comments below. Ole's been manager for the longest and is competing with Lampard Arteta in the first place, which is embarrassing.
It shouldn't even be talked to
Yeah,
in the
we
same
shouldn't even be putting them in the same sentence. In all honesty, we shouldn't. But that's the type of manager that Ole is. Obviously, let us know
Speak
what you guys think.
about Oli and Lampard when they get the same amount of years as him.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can't. No,
which is
no,
never
no,
gonna
no.
happen
Let's
because
stop.
when our Lampard and Arteta are getting a year, so is Ole. So
Oh, well, we need
the
to leave
first
Ole.
part of this video, where we talked about Arteta, is on my main channel. Go check that out. The link to that is going to be in the description below. Make sure you check out Nayeem and Rash's socials. One of them's got 40,000 Instagram followers.
Damn, Rash, 40,000 followers now. GG. Bro,
The other one
you got
is on
40,000 deluded, depressed Chelsea fans following you on Instagram. 40,000 fans. GG, but they're all
I
depressed.
can't wait for us to
Fuck me.
finish above you this season.
Nah.
the
But
other
damn,
one.
just go on, Ayaz, carry
Nayeem
on.
has 8.5. Sad WWE Supercard.
United WWE fans.
Listen,
Oi, United
if you're watching WWE at this age, yeah, you need to get a grip of yourself. But we're not here to insult each other. We're not here
You're
to
saying
insult each
that.
other's fans. What?
Let's look at your channel. You're the undercard here.
Undercard. I think you meant underdog, mate.
Oh yeah, shit. But damn, you just ended it with Rash having 40,000 depressed fucks. Oh.
Don't you remember when Naeem was depressed like a couple of weeks ago? When
Yeah. Don't worry.
Look
We're
out,
gonna come
we're
back to
winning
these
the
moments. I
league.
guarantee
We're
you.
winning the league.
End of the season, when United comes seventh, we're gonna be coming back to these moments. But
Oh, can't wait.
make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Obviously, this was our first video, our first attempt at getting the SFTV channel back up and running. We're gonna be doing more videos. I think our next video is gonna be us looking back at our Premier League predictions, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we need to get everyone back if we can.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get
There is a
everyone back.
national lockdown.
Yeah, there's a national lockdown was announced today, so we can try and probably get everyone back for that video.
Yeah.
19 games have been played. That's like
Yeah,
half.
it's been
That's
half a season, so it'll be a perfect time. It'll be a
Yeah,
perfect
we'll
time.
probably
played
after,
to do that.
Yeah, so make sure you go and subscribe to all of our socials. Get this channel to what we're aiming for now, 300 subs. We got to the place we are at the moment quite fast. I'm not gonna lie.
We didn't even expect this. We
Yeah, we
uploaded like
didn't.
5
We actually
videos
didn't
and we're
expect
like
this.
230 subs. What the hell?
Yeah,
That's
we
mad.
did not expect this at all. So
5 videos.
keep that on. Obviously, we're gonna be doing that giveaway for 500 subs is still on. So try and get to 500 subscribers ASAP. And well, that's all I have to say. So
We're
out.
back.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah. 40,000 depressed fucks.